Well, good morning, friends. I thought I would take you out here like first thing and give a garden update before it gets too hot. As you can see, my lettuce is about done. I could probably get one more picking off of it. Now the kale, it'll continue growing all summer into the fall, but the lettuce, not so much. And you can see it's kind of starting to bolt. So, yeah, lettuce, unfortunately, it's one of those crops that doesn't just keep growing all summer. Once it gets really hot, it doesn't like it. So, anyway, I got a lot of lettuce off of this year, so I can't complain. It's done really well. And like I said, I'll still get kale probably up until frost. So, there's that. Chives are still doing good. I harvested a bunch of this the other day, and it looks like it's gonna blossom again. Sorry if I sound weird. Like I said, it's first thing in the morning, and I'm having a little bit of congestion this morning. Here's my herbs, doing great. I just cooked chicken, and I didn't even think about coming out here and getting some thyme to put on it. I love, not thyme, rosemary. I love putting rosemary on chicken when I bake it, but that's okay. This is thyme here. It's got some weeds growing in it. I've gotten a lot off my parsley. Basil is doing really well. I need to harvest this again. It's starting to bolt. We mostly just feed this to Artie, Olivia's cockatiel. Here's my cilantro. Never did do very good. And then here's my lemon balm, which is doing excellent. And then, of course, my lavender. Here's Virginia's garden. I mean, it looks good because I put a bunch of fake flowers in there, but the real flowers aren't doing so great. This is columbine, and I didn't realize it would bloom a second time, but you can see little purple flowers on it. It's not doing too bad. And I want your opinion. Is this columbine? It sure looks like the same leaves, but I didn't plant one there. So, I don't know. Do they spread? I don't know. It's kind of a mystery. I need to look into that, I guess. It's really easy to find out information online. Just need to take the time to do it. And then whatever these flowers were, if I had known there was going to be so much deadheading involved, I would have bought them. I don't know if they're going to come back next year or not. We'll just have to wait and see. They don't look too great right now with all those dead blossoms on there. My Live Forever is doing good. It does good every year. I love this plant. And then my butterfly bush did come back. Don't know if it will actually put off any flowers this year because it seemed like it had a really slow start. But that's another one. We'll just have to wait and see about it. And then my Easter lily, which has a big old bug inside it. It's doing beautiful. Now, it is towards the end of its life. You can see, not life, but like blooming flower life. You can see it had several others that have dropped off. I did take a picture of it. I think it was last week when it was like super beautiful. So I will insert that picture. But yeah, I've been really happy with this. I might have to plant a few more Easter lilies, even though they don't bloom till the 4th of July, into June. This is the little gate area we have and fencing area we have for Bo. He's not allowed to roam the property anymore. And then sometimes we'll open this gate and let him in the backyard, as long as these two are not in the backyard. Scott's confident that they would be fine and not fight with each other. But I've witnessed too many dog fights. Makes me really nervous. There's the boys. And then here's this garden. Our main vegetable garden, you might want to say. Strawberries are about done for the year. You can tell they're starting to, lose their life or whatever, however you might want to say. This looks like a tomato branch that needs to be put back into the cage there. The peas, we got a handful of peas off of them, but I think they're about done. I mean, there's a few on here that could be picked. This is the volunteer tomato that Olivia transplanted. Finally got it transplanted, and it's really taken off since she put it in a bigger pot. And you can see we've got some cherry tomatoes here that are ready. We got lots of green ones. Cucumbers are doing really well. These are like beefsteak or slicing tomatoes. Lots of green ones on it. Olivia picked a couple cucumbers the other day, and she said there were some more that were about ready. And I see one right here. Now this plant that's on the end, I don't know if it gets too much sun because it's kind of towards the end of the shade cloth. You can see how it's got some dead leaves on it. But the rest of the plants are just doing marvelously. And like I said, I don't know if this one at the end here gets too much sun because it's like right here at the edge of the shade cloth. I don't know if there's any more cucumbers in there that are ready. There's lots of little ones. You can see those little ones in there. But I'm going to shut the camera off and I'm going to see if I can find any more cucumbers because they're hard to pick with just one hand. These are the two that Olivia picked yesterday, and then this is what I picked this morning. Looks like they're two different varieties here. I know I did plant two different varieties. I cannot remember off the top of my head what the varieties are. But we did keep the little tag, so I'll have to check that the next time I go out there. These are very smooth skinned. You know how sometimes cucumbers can have prickles on them and they're really hard to pick? These don't. These are smooth skinned. Now these look like they probably had, little spikes on them. But if these are nice and sweet, and since there's no spikes on them, I'm going to try to get this variety every year if we like the flavor of them. And then I just got two little cherry tomatoes. Well, hello friends. I am on my way to town to get my massage, and there's a very good chance that I'm going to go over to Twice Treasured and see if I can pick up another one of those Beatrix Potter mice. It's been on my mind since I bought those other two. And then I have to go to Walmart, pick up a few things. So when I get back, I will do a little Walmart haul, just kind of a fill-in haul for you all. So see you in a little bit. All right, we are back. Let me show you the frozen stuff first, get this stuff put in the freezer, and then I'm going to eat some lunch real quick, and I'll show you the rest after lunch. So we are having company over, some friends, for supper on Friday, and we're going to have ice cream for dessert. So I got the Neapolitan for the guys and for our friends, because they don't have to be dairy-free. And then I got the salted caramel and the chocolate chip cookie dough for Olivia and I. Those are obviously non-dairy. And then I need to make Bo some more dog food soon. And he does eat peas and carrots, so I got 2 bags of peas and carrots for Bo's dog food. So let me get a real quick lunch, and I'll be back to show you what the rest of the haul. Okay, I am back. I had some leftover chicken and noodles for lunch, and it was yummy. So let's get on with this haul. After we went to Walmart, we stopped in at the Vets, and I picked up 2 cans of this prescription low-fat dog food, chicken, rice, and vegetable rice, vegetable, and chicken stew. This is to add to Bo's homemade dog food, just to make sure he has plenty of protein. Picked up some more vitamin water. I don't know what my throat's doing. Sorry. I picked up some of these quart freezer bags because in my last video I mentioned that we had gone to the Amish store and got some 40 pounds of frozen chicken breasts, which we are going to grind into ground meat. And we're going to either do that tonight or tomorrow. When Scott gets home, he's going to check on it. It's been in the refrigerator for about a week. Tomorrow will have been a week. So it's probably ready to grind. So anyway, I needed some quart freezer bags for that. I got some of these mechanical pencils. I just like these to keep these in my Bible for taking notes at church. I got 2 more bags of these sweet peppers. These things are so good. The whole family really likes those, and we've eaten a lot of those this summer. I picked up some more wax melts from my wax melt burner. Vanilla and sandalwood and Madagascan vanilla. I was actually looking for like an almond scented, but they didn't have any. So those smelled really good. Picked up some more famotidine. This is mainly for the dogs whenever they have an upset tummy, but sometimes I take it as well. I try not to take it too much because I know these acid reducers are really not good for your stomach, but there are times if the heartburn is really bad, there are times that I do take this. Not often though. I got some more Benadryl. This is mainly for Bo because he has seasonal allergies and he coughs and coughs and coughs a lot when he's not on Benadryl. Just picked up some more Tylenol because we were running low. I got some of these allergen-free semi-sweet chocolate chips. I have some bananas that are looking kind of rough, so I need to make some more banana bread, and I like to put chocolate chips in my banana bread, and the family likes that as well. Picked up some nectarines. It's starting to get that time of year when we have more fruit options that are in season. Picked up some more bananas. This is to replace the ones that are looking a little bit iffy, ready for banana bread. 2 dozen eggs. We were running low. These chocolate syrups are for the ice cream on Friday night. The shells, this stuff's really good, magic shell. And then just regular Hershey's. Here's some instant white rice for Bo's dog food. I already still have chicken in the freezer, so I didn't have to buy any chicken for his dog food. I got 2 packs of coffee filters. I like to just buy these in bulk whenever we need them. I got a thing of Hint, and Olivia has already dug into it, and she had to pull out several to get to the flavor she wanted. So anyway, that's what this is all about. And then I just got a 6-pack of the Pure Leaf unsweetened tea. And that is everything I picked up at Walmart today. And yes, I did stop at Twice Treasured and picked up a couple more of these Beatrix Potter figurines. So stinking cute. I couldn't decide between this one and the other one, so I got them both. They're terrible. This is Johnny Town Mouse, and it was from 1954. And then this one is Thomasina Tittlemouse, and it was from 1981. So I think I'm going to put Thomasina right here with her friends here. And then, since I don't really have a spot at the table for him, I'm going to put him up here next to the food cart. I'm just going to have him standing there like he's the waiter at the wedding. We are getting ready to grind up that meat, that chicken, as soon as Scott gets home from work. And so I've got our workstation here kind of set up. This is the way we've done it in the past. Scott sits over there, or stands, whichever. That's our meat grinder. I can't remember where we got that, actually. We've had it for a few years. Works really, really good. If I can remember where we got it, I will try to link it. And then he puts the raw chicken there. He uses the cutting board and the knife to cut off any fat and cut it into smaller pieces so it fits in the grinder. Then we have these bowls, one bowl under the grinder, and then when that bowl gets full, I pull it out and put the other bowl in front of it. And then the ground meat, I'm over here. I have my food scale. I use this bowl and I'll tear it out and put a pound of meat in. We always use rubber gloves because I can't stand touching raw meat. It's disgusting, especially chicken. And then I'll use my funnel to put the meat in the Ziploc bags, zip it, push all the air out of it, flatten it out flat, put it on the tray. When the tray gets full, Olivia will take it down and put it in the freezer. So that is our little setup here. The only thing I still need to get is a small bowl for all the fat and scraps and things that Scott cuts off that he won't be grinding. So I need to get a little bowl for that. And then otherwise, that's how we process the chicken and turn it into ground meat that we use like hamburger. Well, hello. It is the next day. Back in the car again. I have my final follow-up appointment with my kidney doctor that took the stone out. So I gotta go do that. And then I'm finally gonna get the x-ray on my thumb. This stupid cyst or whatever it is, I gotta get that taken care of. It's really starting to bother me a lot. So the first step is to get an x-ray. And then I need to go into Aldi real quick and just pick up a few things that I'm going to need for our supper on Friday night. Like I had mentioned before, we're having friends over for supper. And so when I get home, I will give you a little Aldi haul. So, and then we'll have a little chat. Maybe I can, let you know what the doctor said and all that jazz. So anyway, we will see you in a little bit. All right, I am home. This is everything I picked up from Aldi. It's not only for the supper for when our company comes on Friday, but just a few little fill-in things that we were running low on. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll start with the food for the it's not really a party, but for when our friends come over. We're gonna have bratwursts. I'm not sure how I'm gonna cook them. I might just cook them on the stove, unless Scott wants to grill them, but bratwursts and sauteed onions. Put those together. So of course, to go with those you need buns. So I got 2 packs of hot dog buns. And then we are going to have a veggie tray. And I know I'm getting cucumbers out of my garden, but who's to say whether I'll have cucumbers on Friday? So I went ahead and picked up a couple of English cucumbers, some radishes, some peas, some carrots. I've still got celery and sweet peppers in the refrigerator. So I'm gonna make a veggie tray. And so I bought some dip to go with the veggies, and then I will make some dairy-free dip for Olivia and I. I got some yellow potatoes just because I was in need of them. I picked up some of these cherries just because they looked really good. And they were in a small container. Sometimes if I buy too many cherries, we don't eat them fast enough. So anyway, picked up some of these sweet cherries. Our friends like to drink bottled water, so I just picked up a case of bottled water, put some in the refrigerator so they're nice and cold for when they come. I picked up some of these gluten-free chicken nuggets just for lunches as a backup. I don't know if we still have any in the freezer or not. Olivia really likes this water flavor, and she really likes the mixed berry. So I went ahead and got 2 of those. Picked up some chocolate pudding for my dad. Whenever we take him a meal, I like to include a little dessert, and he loves pudding, so picked that up. I went back and forth about whether I wanted to do paper plates or regular plates on Friday night, and I saw these and they're nice heavy duty, so I went ahead and just picked these up for Friday night. And then we're going to have ice cream sundaes for dessert, so I picked up some disposable bowls. I'm going to make some brownies. My friend needs to be gluten-free, so I'm going to make some of these gluten-free brownies to go with our ice cream. We're going to have chips and salsa and chips and dip if people want to use dip for chips. But I picked up some tortilla chips, and then I picked up 2 different kinds of salsa. Our friends like mild. They don't like spicy things, so I got some mild. And then, you know me, I like spicy things, so I got hot. I think I might have a little bit of medium in the refrigerator still, but anyway, we got mild and we got hot. We were running low on bread, believe it or not. I buy that big old pile of bread every 3 weeks, and we run low on it. So I picked up a loaf of this bistro bread, and I picked up some flour tortillas, 1 pack, because we were completely out of those. And then the last thing on the table. While editing, I did notice that I forgot to mention the potato chips. I did buy some plain wavy potato chips and the all dressed, and that's just an option. If they don't want chips and salsa, they can have potato chips and regular dip. I saw where these was this Kashi, which is a really good brand of cereal. Now, granted, cereal's still not great because it's so processed, but this Kashi brand is natural. Like, there's no artificial flavors. They're made with real apple puree, whole grain, and so I got these for the cereal eaters in the house. And I think that is everything I got at Aldi. And I got out of that store for less than $100. That hardly ever happens. In fact, I don't even remember the last time that happened. So anyway, I'm going to get some lunch and then sit down and we can have a little chat. Well, finally get a chance to sit down. It's been a busy morning. Didn't sleep very good last night. I always get where if I have to have an early appointment and I have to be up and ready and out the door by a certain time, I can't sleep very well the night before, which is really, really weird. But anyway, doctor's appointment went fine. Took me I sat in the waiting room longer than I actually saw the doctor. And he just came in and said, I've got the prettiest kidneys he's ever seen and that there's nothing to worry about. What they saw on the CAT scan, the MRI showed that it was just cysts, nothing to worry about, not going to turn into cancer or anything like that. He did say I do have a kidney stone in my left kidney. He said it is small and I should pass it without any problem if it ever decides to move. I was really hoping they had gotten that wrong because it didn't show up on the MRI, and he said no, MRIs don't show kidney stones. Isn't that weird? They show everything else but not kidney stones. So after my appointment with the kidney doctor, I went over to radiology. It's in the same building, and got my thumb x-rayed, and I have the results back already. It's basically what I already knew. It's a soft tissue mass. The bone is not involved. The joint doesn't look like there's a problem with it. The joint's looks healthy. It's just a soft tissue mass, which my family doctor thinks it's just a cyst. But I have to be referred to an orthopedic surgeon, and they want me to have an MRI. Come on, I can't do this. I can't do this. Another MRI and another surgery. I'm hoping once I talk to the surgeon, maybe it could just be like a numb my hand and I don't have to be put to sleep type of thing, because I requested an itemized list of my bill for my kidney stone, for everything. I said I want everything, every department, all of the emergency room visits, the 2 surgeries, the MRI, everything, the CAT scan. I want all of it so that I can look at it and see what I owe and where my money went. So I got that in the mail. You guys, I was going to say you guys aren't going to believe this, but you probably do. I mean, if you're not living under a rock, you probably will believe this. My total bill, now this is before insurance, so this is not what we are responsible to pay, but before insurance, that kidney stone cost $74,000, not $7,400, $74,000. I'm just I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when I saw that total. I knew it was going to be high, but I had no clue it was going to be that high. Absolutely ridiculous. And even after insurance, because our insurance is really crappy, we still owe a lot. And I don't know. I think the only upside to if I have to have surgery on this thumb is that because of the kidney stone and because of everything that I have gone through already this year, all of my deductibles are met. Like the MRI, it was almost $7,000 for the MRI, but I couldn't believe it, but our insurance paid for it 100%. So I must have met enough deductible and met like the cap. Because I'm not exactly sure. The insurance is weird. You have deductibles, you have co-pays, and then there's a ceiling. And once you hit that ceiling, then it starts paying better on things. So that might be why the last MRI I had done was paid in full. So I definitely want to get this thumb dealt with this year, because maybe it won't cost that much extra, you know? So yeah, there's that. I did call my family doctor right away because they have to refer me to a specialist, and they will find a specialist that my insurance company will pay for, because that's the other thing. You have to find one that they will pay for, which is not always easy, especially if you're looking for a specialist. I'm really hoping that there will be a specialist nearby in Plymouth, where my hospital is, where I do all my shopping and everything. I'm really hoping I can just go there, but probably won't. I'm not holding my breath on that one. So anyway, that's just a little bit of a health update. I did want to talk about one more thing, and then I'm going to close this video out. Right there is that mini split that Scott installed this spring. And I've had questions. People have been asking me how we like it, how it works, da-da-da. I personally love it, and I am really shocked to say that, because I was very skeptical. I really was very skeptical. It keeps the house really, really cool. We have it set on 75. I don't know that you can see that. You probably can't. We have it set on 75, and it is so nice in here. We just turn our ceiling fan on, and it just circulates through the whole house. And in fact, in the evenings, I don't know why it is in the evenings. Maybe it's because I'm like sitting still and not moving around. But in the evenings, I actually get cold with it set at 75, and I put on a house coat and cover up with a blanket. So even though we've had this horrible heat wave, we have stayed so nice and cool in the house. And it's very, very quiet. It really basically makes no noise at all. If you hear a fan at all, it's because I have this little blue fan right there. I have it there so that it sucks the cool air up and blows it into the kitchen, because that's the only downside to it, because of where it's located. It does a really good job of cooling off the main area of the house, but you know, my kitchen's back in this little alcove here, kind of it's a really small area. I only have one window, and even before, when we had the window air conditioners, the kitchen was always really hot. So I would say that with the mini split, I'm pointing the wrong way. With the mini split, the kitchen is actually cooler than when we had the air conditioners, the window air conditioners. Now, what it does to our electric bill, I have no idea. I haven't gotten one yet, but they say they are very energy efficient. So I'm hoping that our bills will actually be lower this year, because we don't have a big old window air conditioner going, and we've got this instead. Now, we do still have a small window air conditioner in our bedroom, and that's mainly because Scott goes to bed really early, because he gets up really early, and so he'll shut the bedroom door, and then the air from the mini split can't get in there. So, and plus we like the noise. We like white noise when we sleep. So, but it doesn't even really cycle much during the day. It just cycles at night. So anyway, I wanted to answer that question. All right, friends, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I think it's going to be fairly long because of the chatting and the garden tour and the grocery hauls. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope you'll have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. And we will talk to you again next week with a brand new video. Bye-bye, friends.